All right, man. Let's talk about Gardner-Johnson, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson Jr. He has been, according to Dan Campbell, medically cleared to start next week. So his practice window, opens about next week, and he can work his way back onto the active roster. Now, when we looked at the injury report list for the Denver Broncos this week, it said that he was expected back by December 24th. Same thing for James Houston. But let's spin on it. Check out Detroit Lions to our playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. So yeah, they practice window. It opened. It opened. So it'll open next week. Excuse me. So I mean, he's an integral part. He can, he's a versatile part. He can guard corners on the outside. He can guard receivers on the outside, guard slot corners on the inside. That's kind of we thought his role was going to be playing the nickel, the hybrid nickel safety position. But Brian Branch was so good that they gave that nickel position to Branch, and then they gave the safety position to Gardner-Johnson, and he seemed to be able to galvanize the team, with his words and hype them up and all that type of stuff. So, he had a torn pectoral muscle early in the season. I forget exactly what game it was, but apparently he been saying he gonna come back. I mean, James Houston said he wanted to come back and get a few games under his belt before the playoffs, and God knows they need pass rush help up front. God knows they need something to help that secondary, come together like peanut butter and jelly. So this could be coming right on time. If they can get about a month of, games in, about 3 or 4 games in, then their conditioning and their body should get, be ready right back to start playing. So apparently he's been medically cleared, so they want to open this practice window next week. So we'll see how that goes, and that'll be going into a Minnesota game, I believe. Yeah, I think we'll be in week 15, 16, 17. Yeah, that'll be going into a Minnesota game. So then a Dallas game, then a Minnesota game. So yeah, it's a critical matchup. This is why you don't want to be letting the game like Seattle slip out your hands. This is why you're not supposed to drop games to the Chicago Bears and stuff of that nature, man. These games that you need to win. That way they would have been in a position to lead the NFC. They'd have been in a position probably to lock up, the NFC North. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is. Teams go up and down. The more tape they get on what you're doing, the more you go through the season, the more injuries you get. But, they seem to be able, hopefully, to be able to get a boost in that defense exactly where they needed at with Gardner-Johnson and James Houston coming back. Now, I don't know when his practice window would open back up. I think he had like a fractured fibula or something like that. But Gardner-Johnson could be back, and that energy could be back. And like I said before, they need secondary help across the board. And he was kind of the guy that bonded them together, who was talking on defense, who brought the juice there. So, like I said, hopefully it ain't no setbacks, and he can get some games under his belt, and they can go to the playoffs kind of getting 2 healthy defenders back, and that can allow, Tracy Walker to kind of maybe go to linebacker when they play some mobile quarterbacks, that allow Brian Branch and Cam Sutton and Jerry Jacobs some comfort back there. Because one thing, the difference between him and Melifanu and Tracy Walker playing safety is that he is a ball hawk. He takes the ball away, and a lot of his one-on-one responsibilities is not going to Kirby Joseph. So now you see Kirby Joseph guarding guys one-on-one out the slot, guarding tight ends out the slot, and that's not his game. Kirby Joseph is a guy that's, he's a ball hawk, but he's one of them dudes that play, single high, that rob, that play the deep half of the field. He one of them guys that's lurking and robbing and all that stuff. And, he one of them zone safeties, and he can come up and get physical in the box. Gardner-Johnson is the one that can guard people man coverage one-on-one, and take the ball away. That's what they ain't got. That's what you get when you get Tracy Walker. He got hands of stone like he Roberto Duran. He can't catch a football. You know what I'm saying? So he's more active in the box. When you're talking about Kirby Joseph now, he can't really do what he want to do as far as flip his hips and get and play center field or play the deep half and get where he need to get. Now he guarding guys one-on-ones, and people saying, well, he's starting to slip. That's not his game. He's a safety for a reason. Gardner-Johnson is a hybrid. He could play nickel. He could play outside. He could play safety. He could play inside. Obviously nickel. So with Kirby Joseph playing, he'd be naturally be able to go to that free safety that can roam, and you'll see a lot more turnovers when Gardner-Johnson get healthy and get back in there. A lot more picks, a lot more continuity in the back end with him speaking and being vocal. They missed that leadership because you think about it. Jerry Jacobs fairly young, Brian Burns a rookie, Kirby Joseph in the second year, so it ain't too much veteran presence back there. So that's gonna get them, vocal leader. That's gonna get them a presence in the back end, and that's gonna put everybody back where they need to be at. And like I said before, as bad as Jerry Jacobs been playing, I don't know why they don't put Melifanu back at cornerback. I just never understood that. He had that one good game Monday night before he got injured to Devontae Adams where he was locking them up. At the end of the day, you don't want to pull somebody prematurely and hurt their confidence, but really you're trying to win football games. And I think putting Melifanu back at corner opposite of Cam Sutton, that gives you somebody that's 6'3", big, strong, and he could be hitting the ground rolling. They got personnel, just scared. They scared to switch it up. They got a bunch of versatility. Tracy Walker played some corner at University of Louisiana, Lafayette Monroe. They can switch it up at corner, especially with Gardner-Johnson coming back. You could put Melifanu at corner, and I think he'd do better than Jerry Jacobs. You know what I'm saying? So they just, like I said before, I just don't hold Aaron Glenn in high regards as a defensive coordinator. He don't have any creativity. He don't know what the fuck he doing most of the time. He preached so much man coverage early on in his career. Now they trying to go zone, and they look hard. They the worst zone team I've seen in a minute. He don't know what he doing. And I understand that's Dan Campbell homeboy, and he was in the running for some head coaching spots. He worked a few miracles, but obviously he needs some help. They need a more experienced defensive coordinator. They need to call Leslie Frazier up in here. Look at Buffalo since he left in Buffalo. Go call Leslie Frazier. Go get him the bag. Get rid of Aaron Glenn. And it's business, and it can't be personal. Because right now he literally don't know what he's doing. And that's the God honest truth. He literally don't know what he's doing. But with Gardner-Johnson coming back, that could be a boost. But like I said before, they got some adjustments they can make in that secondary that they just being stubborn and not willing to make. So, but hey, check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And the subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Pocket, or just Spotify and Anchor, excuse me. But hey, find me everywhere in the link tree. Peace.